So, guys, I have forgotten the intro because it's been 3 months since I touched this microphone last. And I've got Parvati with me, one of the most reliable students of mine and companions, video companions, who makes me feel very comfortable when I'm talking on camera. Because after a long time, it's been 3 months since you and I have a discussion, like our offline and online world, real and virtual world, mate with each other, right? So it's been 3 months from that time. Hope you are doing good. We are doing fantastic as well. But at the same time, I'm here to talk to you about spoken English and so many other stuffs. I feel really weird because I have not done any videos, as I said, for 90 days, and it's not a short time. It's a very long time, and I think again it's like I have to kind of rebuild the camaraderie with my camera lens. Then I'm feeling a little bit intimidated sitting here. And Parvati is super confident, and that's why I've borrowed her confidence for today's video. So Parvati, after a long time, so my first question for you is that how are you feeling now? Because you are sitting here to answer my questions, and you know that spoken English is our life. Right? We do a lot of nonsense talking every time we meet, but the central part of everything is English. So how are you feeling now?
Super duper confident. It's been quite a long time sitting with you and having such discussion. But still, as he said, that I'm really a bucket of confidence now. No fear. Nice sarcasm, by the way, but still, I don't know what to say, but still, it feels like sitting for the first time. Every time I sit here to shoot a video with him or with anybody, it feels like it's the first time and the last time.
Doesn't this situation remind you of the importance of practice, regular, consistent practice?
Absolutely. It reminds me of my responsibilities as well. When I sit down to practice English, how I feel at that point of time and how prepared I am. As the greatest mindsets always say, that how prepared you are shows how you're gonna fight against the war. So that's how I feel sometimes. Yes, still cannot resist the fact that I am a human being and I have to deal with certain emotions. So fear is one of them. And when it's about spoken English, as I love this language, on the other hand, as we all know, when we have love for anything or anybody, we have the fear to lose it. So I don't know what kind of fear it is, but still, mixed feeling.
Yeah, and I think it was my fault that I did not take the initiative to bring you on camera and just have a conversation in last 90 days. But I think, sometimes you should take a break to understand the importance of what you are made for. English is a central thing in our life, which is, I would say, cornerstone. And without this, we lose our identity somewhere. Right now, Parvati and I are here talking, but on the other side, Ronnie and Bidesh, they're sitting and watching us. So we meet in the name of spoken English, and after 30 minutes of conversation, spoken English is sitting at the passenger seat, and the main topics are like philosophy and some other stuffs. But yeah, spoken English is not always there in particular, but we try to keep the language in our conversation, but maybe the topics are different. So my question is that, I do not have any questions. I just want to go with the flow. I was talking about consistency, and consistency is something that has no alternatives. You cannot replace consistency with anything, right? Consistency is something that actually makes you feel that it is that one thing that you have to do every day, and that is consistency. Consistency is something that is irreplaceable. Consistency is something that actually makes you feel that yes, you are still on the track, right? So didn't you miss this conversation on camera? Like you never raised it that let's have a discussion on camera. Why?
Well, certainly the first reason, as I've mentioned, that I'm always very fearful with this language when it is about like trying to, I don't know, maybe I always had this thing back in mind that I have something to prove, that whenever I'm speaking in English, I have to explode people's mind and they would know that yes, I've been learning English for the last 5 years and that's how they should get it served. But then I discovered, as you were just saying, that we sometimes do not talk about the spoken English. But I believe that's a part of practicing spoken English, because when we are talking about the other things, that's certainly the part of spoken English, because that's how we know how we can maintain the consistency. While you were talking about, I got popped up with an example that you want to eat something and you cannot eat the food only. You need some other things that you can serve the food to yourself. You cannot simply have the food from the, what can I say? From the dish, any container, and directly have them. You need a plate, you need a fork, or whatever the thing you use. So that's how we always try to practice English. That's how we serve the language that we love the most to ourselves, or the other serves to the students. And if I talk about consistency, obviously the first and foremost rule that we have in our class, that every single day we have to practice, no matter whatever is going on. Maybe you are in a bad situation, talk about that bad situation. Maybe you're in a good situation, talk about that. Do not get overwhelmed with that situation. And that's another kind of practice that we always talk about. When we talk about that sadness, happiness, unknowingly we are getting into another philosophy, that at least I'm not letting those emotions take over my mind or to take the remote of my self. So that's how at least I try to practice. Yes, so many mixed feelings I go through every day. Sometimes, like recently, I have discovered that I have a lot of self-doubt, and I no way was able to find the root, that why do I feel that I'm somewhere insecure? Why do I think that I may lose this ability to speak English? It's only because I'm into this. And last time I was talking about that, it's somewhere the result of that consistency. And our misconception is that, oh, it's negative, that means I should stop it. I should not stop thinking about this, because as you said last time, he recommended me that you should go through it. Otherwise, you won't be able to know that you are going through a practice. If everything is all right, if everything is going well, then where is the progress? How would I know that I'm actually making progress? So consistency is like that. When you are falling apart, consistency is not that, oh, you're always going well, you're always, yeah, I'm really perfect. Like there isn't any stain on your performance. But sometimes you fall apart and you think about it. And as we always discuss when we sit with ourselves, that, you discuss this. When you are on the path of consistency, you are not stuck with that feeling that, oh, something is wrong. You are discovering it and you are making the best use of that bad feeling. So that's how I try to maintain the consistency. And obviously, I don't know when the negative feelings of mine will go away. But as a part of the practice, I'm trying to make it as a weapon and trying to shun it every single day so that I can cut through anything.
Absolutely. Like, the truth that we have to accept is that we are not native speakers, and practice is very important for us. Like, English is not our first language. So if we take it for granted, like, okay, I can skip a day. If I don't practice spoken English today, I can compensate it tomorrow, or I can do it tomorrow. Like, it's not the right mindset or attitude. Our job should be like doing the practice every day. We were talking about consistency, and in a simpler definition, the consistency can be summarized in, like, you sit down with a topic, you talk about it, and you talk about it for at least 5 minutes.
Yes.
And you don't do any practice, you don't do any talking in English. Just you did 5 minutes of practice yesterday, and you are doing it today, and sometimes maybe it's more than that, less than that, but you're sitting down every day. That's called consistency. And when you are doing it every day, I'm damn sure about it that you are going to be much more wiser and aware of how much practice you need and which areas you are suffering from. So consistency is something that, guys, we have a very deep misconception about consistency. We think consistency meaning perfection. Parvati was talking about towards the end of her answer that consistency is not perfection. Consistency is sitting down. Perfection is the latter part of it. That is your conscious choice, right? So I want to know, Parvati, if you could you please, like, simplify this thing that, like, we lost our consistency in uploading videos, right? I think this topic is more important, or this what can I say, like, reminder is more important for us than any other people out there, those who are watching this video. That consistency, we lost consistency, and we have to get back to it. At least one video a week. Maybe today I'm talking to you, next day I'm going to talk to Ronnie, or the other day Videsh. Like, I'll change the practitioner, but make sure the videos are being uploaded every single week. What would be your responsibility as a member of this channel, UjjalDiscussion, right? You have popularized yourself through this channel. So what's your moral, ethical, social, global responsibility for this channel?
Well, I think my first responsibility is to keep practicing, to show up with this language, because I know that if I keep thinking about these videos and over again, what kind of videos that are going to be made, and what's going to happen in that moment, if I keep thinking about that, I somewhere will lose my consistency, which is the most important as a practitioner first. Then I can perform as a participant of this video. So the way I'm practicing every single day, I have to improve it. And I have not found the strategies yet. Maybe every single day when I sit down to practice, like, sometimes it happens, I cannot meet that satisfactory level. I really regret a lot. When I get back home, it feels like, no, what the hell am I doing? The language that has given me everything, the life that I'm living at this moment, clarity and
you have built up a new hobby, which is reading books, especially reading English book, that has added, I don't know, some value to your life, that I do not only know a language, but I can read a entire book written in this language. So I think that's a very big thing.
Yeah, definitely. I'm making a good use of this language to learn some other skills. And reading is another, I don't know what kind of skill it is, but one of the finest skill a human being can have. With the help of English, I've been able to know different minds. Like one of my favorite, I don't know who's that. I'm not reading these days. So some of my authors who I've learned so many things from. So with this language, I have not only learned how to speak in English, not only I have got the job, I've also got opportunities to learn different skills. I can now understand native people. So that's another skill to use it. So definitely it's helping me a lot these days. And as we were talking about practicing, it's a different kind of practice. We always think that I have to make a proper time to sit with this and this topic, that topic should be there, otherwise it is not my practice. Absolutely not. I at least do not agree with that. Whenever I'm sitting down with the practice, I have to remind myself that English is my first goal, and what I'm doing with the help of English, that is my practice. I may read for some time, maybe I'm not getting in touch with any topic, and one of my favorite practices is talking about nothing. Like I talk about nothing, like nothing is there in my mind, I don't know what the hell is going on. So these sort of things I always try my best, and that's, I think, to answer your question, my responsibility to be able to contribute something to this channel.
Yeah, first of all, we have to understand that talking off camera and talking on camera, there's a difference. And to be able to be perfect while speaking and having conversation on camera, we need more practices like this. Or maybe just you imagine that you are talking to somebody on camera, so you have to be careful with your words, your body language, how much you love, how much you like your expression and so many other stuffs. So we have to increase that kind of practice at home off camera when we are free, so that we can have at least a presentable video. Everybody knows, our audience knows very well that our videos are non-scripted video. But the point is that we have to at least make a presentable video. And it's very difficult when you do not have a script, just you sit down with a couple of your thoughts, and you try to frame them. So it's very difficult, but we do it. We go through difficult training so that if we want to have a very normal conversation, we can comfortably do that. All right, guys, thanks for your time. It's been, as I said, like a long time since we talked last, and just we have shot the video today. Parvati and I are super duper uncomfortable today while talking to each other on camera. We need some time to readjust with the camera and everything. So thank you so much for your time, and hope you have sensed our discomfort. And thanks for your time. Parvati, do you have any last word for all the practitioners out there?
Yeah, as always, keep practicing and go through that negative part. Like, don't think that I'm suggesting you. It's a suggestion for me as a practitioner, that keep practicing and think it like the roller coaster. You're gonna go high, and then the lower part's definitely gonna come. And when the lower parts is there, you have to understand that the high is coming up soon. So keep practicing. The excitement should be there. And when you still do not have the excitement, talk about that depression.
Thank you so much, Parvati. And guys, before we leave, I want to leave you with a topic that you can practice today. And the topic is flashing on your screen right now. And the topic is, why is consistency important for practicing any skill? Spoken English in particular, and any other skills in general. Why is consistency important in the first place to learn any skill? Hope you have seen the topic, and you have to write it down whenever you get time. If you get the practice time, as soon as you close your YouTube after watching this video, sit down and practice it and just talk about it. It could be as short as 5 minutes or as long as 10 minutes, 15 minutes, as long as you want to practice. We will see you with another video, I promise. And thank you so much for your time. Parvati and I are signing off. You take care. Bye.